Hello, this is M Special, Biafran agitating for Biafra freedom, talking about Biafra, Nigeria, Africa in general, hoping to contribute my little quota to many out there to see that we live our world better than we met it and to make it a better place. I do talk about Biafra, Nigeria, Africa in general. I am a Biafra agitator. As you all know, Biafrans are the people that the British colony or colonial masters forcefully put together to as one country to become Nigeria. You find us in the eastern part of their company called Nigeria. We are Biafrans, we are not Nigerians. But in this video, I want to discuss about one very topic that is in my mind to talk about. Please, before I continue, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to our channel, Spatial. Here we do talk about Biafra, as I told you, Nigeria, Africa in general, everything that will uplift my continent, Africa, to its rightful position. As we all know, the world is from Africa, or you know the reputation that we have as Africans before the eyes of other continents. And we are here to correct that. So I deliberate on this video and you surely conclude it. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel because your subscription helps me to keep going and know that people are watching. It is the only way you can encourage me if you like what I am doing. Also, bring forth your comments as your comments concludes every video that I deliberated on. And do not forget to share my videos. Do give me a thumbs up and also share and like. If you do dislike my videos, let me know why you do so, as we are all here to educate each other. No one knows it best. So in this very video, I want to discuss about a word called agitates. I hope you heard me. Agitates. As I am a Biafran agitator, today I want to deliberate on the word agitates. Yes. So, what is the meaning of agitates? Agitate is to discuss with great earnesty or to debate, to revolve in the mind or view in all its aspects, to contrive busily, to devise or to plot. Agitate can also be to stir up or to disturb. Do you know that politicians do agitate? Yes, they do agitate. During the time of their campaign, in their various parties, when they do talk to us as citizens, what do you think they are doing? They are agitating desperate designs of their own actions. That is what they are doing. And do you think everybody in the world agitates? The answer is yes. Students do agitate when they don't like their teachers or the way they are being taught or the policies that the government puts forward for them. Workers also agitate when they ask for their salary or when they come against the taxes or the policies of the government. Yes, everybody agitates. And in the world today, every living person with a correct understanding or that cares about his or her own life is agitating in one way or the other. You can agitate to support or you agitate to disagree. Yes, that is the meaning of agitates and agitation. So, bringing it down to the agitators, or like me, as you know, we are Africans. Our continent is in a big mess. I personally will tell you that two things coming to Europe did for me is or are to help me love and understand my continent and my background and who I am as an African, and to cherish who I am. The second one is it helped me greatly in my spiritual upliftment, my spiritual growth. Yes, these very two things are what I will always be grateful as an achievement for my staying in Europe. I hope you had me. Why am I doing this video? I'm doing this video because when we agitate as Africans or as Biafrans, some people that sees our videos terms it that we hate the Caucasians. And you know who the Caucasians are? The Westerners. But is that the truth? Is that truly truth? I said no. Nobody hates nobody. And when you hear about agitation, like we are doing, my Biafran people or my African people, we are not talking about the citizens. We are talking about the governments, the government policies. Why did I say that Europe did a great work for me to understand where I'm coming from and who I am? When I was in my country, I had a lot of questions in my head that I have no answer. But when I step into Europe and I start studying, the whole answer came to me. I do ask myself, how is it that we will study in our various countries and at the end, we will be unemployed? We grow to see industries, before we finish our schools, the whole industries disappeared. The little we have, their names are nowhere to be found. Their environments covered by bushes. You may ask me, is that the fault of the West? And I will answer you, partially yes. I know that we have our own responsibility towards this. Our government has a responsibility towards this. But do you know that the government we have in my continent, Africa, are handicapped? And that is why when we see all these things, we have to bring them out. And when we bring them out, that is the agitation we are doing for our own good. Nobody wants to die in another person's country. As I am married to one of them from in my own country, I got married to him. He do tell me that the day we will discover who we are or know who we are and fight for who we are, that our life will be good for it and theirs will go down. But I never understand that until I step in and lived. Because when you come on holiday and breeze out and in, you will not know exactly how things works. And that is the biggest problem our politicians, African politicians, are having. They will come to Europe and they will go to the best places as they have bought their houses. They are floating, they don't know the truth. And some of them that knows the truth, when they want to fight it, to put things in order, a lot has been buried just for trying to do the right thing for African citizens. And when I came here and I studied, I owe it to myself to speak for those voices that nobody is speaking for, to speak for myself, to speak for my own generation, because I am an African. I am an African. And my children are partially Africans. And when I see children here, they have good health care, they have good education, and you go back to Africa, you see children, they have no food. It takes a person with a stony heart to call it or see it to be normal, because it is not normal. Because I personally passed through some hard difficulties to get to where I am. I knew when my father would not be paid. I knew when he would be sanctioned in the zoo called Nigeria because he is a Biafran. I knew all these things. As children, we grew with pain, all parts of Africa. When we are the one that's supposed to be the kings and the queens, the princesses and the prince. And when you see all these things, you ask yourself, what is really going on? And it is very hard to see it and keep quiet when you have the opportunity to do something. Every rightful person in his own or her own right sense of mind will know that agitators are not looking for money from YouTube. We are only airing our voices for the wrongs to be corrected, because the journalists of today are owned journalists. Those are gone. Those are the days that journalists report correctly. Majority of them today are reporting for their pockets. Unfortunately, even inside my own continent, they are being shut up and told what to report for. And they fought for it. Not forget, and they forgot that their future depends on what they are reporting and the future of their children. But why? They are seeing now, just like many of our presidents does. They see now, they don't see tomorrow. So it is our responsibility to bring it to their notice that we are aware of what is going on and they have to stop. So when you see an agitator agitating, it's not talking about the citizens of any country. They are also victims in their own. When coronavirus started, I made a video. I said, what they were doing all along in Africa, they have graduated to even do it to their own people. That is the truth. They are also victims. As we are victims of brainwashing, mental brainwashing, and subjugation of suffering, they are also victims of their own part of mental brainwashing. Why? When a nursery school child will learn a lesson, a color, first week in school, she's being taught colors, and the first thing she will be told to go home with is black is bad. What do you think that is? Black is bad, and black is a color. It's a personal experience I'm talking about. Then this child will grow up thinking that black is bad. And now they give us the code, the black people. What do you think that child will see you to call you? I am telling you this. First-hand experience. Then, when you go closer to their people and you talk to them on one-on-one, you will now find out that they are also ignorant of what is actually going on in Africa, majority of them. And when they got to know the right and the truth, they don't condone their government. As from in the zoo called Nigeria, all the oil that spills in the Biafran zone, in the Joland, Bayelsa, Rivers. It was their own people that took it to their own court. Those cases that were won were sued by Europeans, their own citizens. Of course, you know, if we go, we are nobody. Nobody will listen to us. So they are not the people we are talking about. We are talking about their governments and their policies and their businessmen. Those are the people who we are agitating against and we are talking about. Can you imagine the atrocities going on in Nigeria? British has never talked about it. Nobody in the world has ever talked about it. It's not only in Nigeria, all across Africa. There is one crisis or the other, man-made crisis, made and plotted by their own government and by their own businessmen. They will not talk about it. But once those citizens of those areas rises to stand for their rights, you will see them coming in to help the sitting government that's supposed to be the person or the government protecting its own people. Yet they tell us that there is human rights. A lot of laws, human rights, child rights, women rights, has been violated in Africa without any sanction to anybody. Because why? It is for their own gain. Our cries, our weeping, our mourning, our pains are to their own gain. They will come back and they will lie to their citizens, telling them what is not the truth. And their citizens will surely believe them because they confide in them that they are the people, their own eyes, to tell them the truth. Thank God for coronavirus. Everybody today knows the truth. So everybody that cares for his or her own life searches his own news to know when the truth are being told. Game has changed. And all along, it is all about I. It is all about my continent. Yes, it is all about us. So if I don't talk about it, who will speak for me? Talking about it, I am speaking for myself. I am speaking for my generation. I am speaking for my cousins, for my mother, for my sisters, for my brothers that are still inside Africa that cannot air their voices. When they rise, they were killed. They were imprisoned, humiliated for only going for their what? Human rights. For going for their human rights in a peaceful manner. Like my Biafran people, a lot of them are being killed, many are being arrested. A sitting governor will call military police to come and kill people in their homes just because they were against the killers that are dominating the community and raping and killing women and children. Yet they have child rights, they have women rights. They never discussed it. Does UN not know what is going on in Nigeria? United States, are they not aware? What of the UK? UK and all of them has ambassadors in Nigeria. None of them want to address it. Rather, they will be advertising for people to come into Nigerian military. For what? To protect them so that they will have the chance to steal the gold and take the free oil. It's not about us. And you said we should keep quiet? We can't keep quiet. They have their own time when they build their own country. And it is the time for Africa for us to build our own country. They cannot continue to kill the rightful leaders of Africa and imposing the chaffs, their slaves, to be our masters in our own continent, even if they are our own people. They should allow Africans to select and vote for their own leaders, as they do in their own